morning, everybody, and welcome to the Brevard Sports Network. Alan ZLOTORZYNSKI, Caleb Brown with you live tonight from the beautiful new walk-ons here in Viera, Florida. And there you see it on your screen. You walk in the door, friendly faces, great food, great drink, great atmosphere. Where else would you want to watch sports in Brevard County? Walk-ons. James and his staff do a terrific job here. And I'm telling you, this is the hottest spot in town. Well, tonight, what we have here is a roundtable. We've got A1 Fitness and Suntree Viera Youth Football. On your screen, there are the four guys that we're going to talk to start the night tonight. You got James FOLSTON Jr., TAREAN Folster, Jamelle Jackson, and SCHWAB here tonight. And these guys are going to take us through and tell us all about A1 Fitness, what they're going to be doing coming up at Suntree Viera Youth Football in a couple of weeks. There you see them on the screen in their gear. And Jamelle looks like he's getting ready to run the 40-yard dash right there. So, guys, let's get started. And Ty, we'll go from left and work around the table. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself for those that don't know you? Go ahead.
Perfect. How you guys doing? My name's SCHWAB. I went to Merritt Island High School. I also played Suntree Viera Little League when it first started up. I played at Boston College. I continued and played a little professionally. I was in the XFL most recently, and now we're here trying to put on for the kids, trying to get them exposure and get them to the elite level that we all been at, and that's what it's all about. And I'm excited and proud to be a part of this group with these guys, and just got to keep applying pressure and enjoying this whole thing we got going on.
Yeah, no doubt. And coming up is Jamelle Jackson. Jamelle, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Good evening. First and foremost, it's a blessing to be in this position and be here with you today. My name is Jamelle Jackson, graduated from Cocoa High School, attended Austin Peay State University, spent a couple seasons there. I finished at University of West Florida, got my degree in mass communications, and it's a blessing to be part of A1.
I'll tell you what, next we're going to talk to the FOLSTONs, and I'm going to be honest. When I was reading your guys' bio, the thing that impressed me the most about your bio is that I am the proud son of James FOLSTON. I am the son of James FOLSTON. You, James FOLSTON Jr., could never deny James FOLSTON Sr. When you see you guys from a distance, you look identical. But go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself for those that don't know you.
I'm James FOLSTON Jr. Went to Cocoa High School, graduated class of 2014. Went on to University of Pittsburgh, graduated from there in 2018. I signed to the Arizona Cardinals for a short period of time. I was also fortunate enough to sign with the Green Bay Packers for a short amount of time. And after that, went on to the XFL, which was shut out due to Corona. And now I'm fortunate enough to be on the CFL team, Canadian League, with the Edmonton Elks.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be exciting. And James, thank you. And let's meet TAREAN FOLSTON. TAREAN, tell us a little bit about yourself.
How you guys doing? My name is TAREAN FOLSTON. Proud alumni of Cocoa High School, graduated in 2013, went on to further my education at University of Notre Dame. Went on after those 4 seasons, went on to play in the AAF and the XFL, and happily back home in Florida in this nice weather to help get these kids, the exposure and get them on these college scenes and get them in these coaches' eyes.
All right, TAREAN, we're going to start with you. A1 Fitness, the newest, hottest thing out there. What separates A1 from the rest?
Honestly, I think, man, we're a group of young, hungry guys that are looking to help these kids and give them the knowledge that we were given, and just let that roll off into the field of play. And also, I feel like we're a little bit more. We're just a younger group of guys, and we're just trying to get this thing going.
James, what is it that when you look at the four of you collectively, each of you bring a different component to what it is you do? What is it that you bring to the table?
Honestly, I bring pretty much all aspects. You know what I'm saying? So I say that we all just combine, we chime in together to form a great group of guys and a good team. And our main thing that we all good at is grooming athletes and helping them become the best that they can be, the best of their ability. helping them reach their goals and help them achieve what they want to achieve in order to, get to the next level, which is college and so on. You know what I'm saying?
Who is the brainchild behind it? How did A1 start, Jamelle?
A1 started probably 2 years ago when I lost my brother. I wanted to give back to the kids in a positive way. Me and J4 was always neck and neck at each other, trying to build each other and build a brand. So once we started A1, it stands for accountability, attention to detail, and a sense of urgency. I learned that in Austin Peay State University. My defensive coordinator, Coach Eddie Hicks, he always preached that. So, we preach those things, and that's how the brand started.
I love that. Say that one more time. What does it stand for?
Accountability, attention to detail, and a sense of urgency.
That's just what I need in my life, another sign to hang up for a motto. I absolutely love it. But I will hang it up, I promise you. Ty, for you, Merritt Island guy, you know a little bit about pride, island pride. They always say island pride. What is it you bring to the table? What do you like to think that when these kids walk out of your camps, what are they going to get from Ty SCHWAB?
Oh, man, they're going to get energy. I bring passion. I love this. This has been my life and a beautiful journey. So when I bring that energy, I like to spread it. I hope it's contagious. We all bring that elite mindset. We've been there. We've been D1. We know what it takes to go do what you got to do to be great. So that's what I think we bring. We want to be elite, and we want to pass that sense of urgency and everything Jamel's talking about and really apply pressure and help these kids get to where they want to be.
Ty, we'll give this one to you to start back. You look at Brevard County, guys, all of you have had and have dealings with professional football. You look at the guys that are playing in the league right now, the guys that were drafted, guys like Jay Hawkins that signed an undrafted free agent contract. Brevard is a highly, highly unrated county. What is the goal, the plan, to get these kids to the forefront? Because young guys like yourself are going to have to make that happen. What's the plan to elevate these kids?
Yeah, for sure. I think, first of all, we got to get them to the right capacity of training. And
right.
We have to create athletes, and they have to have the mental, cognitive understanding of the game that we bring to the table. I think then we bring scouts to the camps that we put on. We get these guys' names out there and help them get opportunities to be seen by the right people. We recently had a camp at Merritt Island High School for Brevard County, and we got Dwight, a local legend, and was at Merritt Island High School, and they won state back in the day, and he does a great job with catapult and getting guys out there. So we got him involved. Josh Bourne, who's part of 7-on-7 Pylon, he's helping us out, and there's a lot of guys behind the scenes that help us get kids seen and get their film out there, get their numbers out there, and yeah, man, it's about getting exposure for these kids.
That's an extremely passionate answer. I like it. Jamelle, when you look at the state of athletics and recruiting in Brevard County, and I go down the list and I look at field work, speed work, 7v7, film study, how do you guys tie all that into one great afternoon?
I would just say our mentality. We all been there, done that. So, the mentality, everyone brings a different aspect to the team, but we have no egos. I'm not A1. All let's make A1 up. So as the mentality, we take each approach day by day, and we give it everything we got, and the kids feed off our energy, and we continue to build a brand, and we're going to continue to spread.
How important is film study? Because it's on the list. You guys teach it. Talk about it.
Film study is very important. In order to take yourself to the next level, it's important that you study film. Not studying film, that's not a part of the game. A part of the game is studying film. That's that edge. That's what takes you to the next level. That's what separates you from everybody else.
And what's your favorite part, TAREAN, of what it is you got? Everybody has fun. I was a quarterback and I hated film. Hated it. Couldn't stand watching it. Had to watch it. I obviously didn't like running. I just wanted to throw. That's all I wanted to do. What's your favorite part of everything that you guys do, TAREAN?
Really just interacting with the kids and just getting their whole thought and ideas and stuff as far as what we're doing, and just watching them get better as we continue to do drills week in and week out, and just to see the progression and just like I said earlier, just give these kids the knowledge that we were given and watch it come back tenfold. All
right, final round back, and then we'll bring the guys in from Suntree Viera. TAREAN, we're going to start with you, and we're going to tie it all in. Your dad, I got to ask, what advice did your dad give you before you guys went in this? Because as professional athletes, as guys that have had played professionally, everybody wants something from you. Everybody wants $1. Everybody wants a contribution. What was the advice that you were given?
Pretty much just go out there and do what you know what to, like. Pretty much go out there and do what you do. You know what to do. And like I said, I keep reiterating it, but this is what we're doing. We're just giving the knowledge that we were giving back to the kids. Like, my dad taught us a lot of stuff coming up, and I learned a lot of stuff when I got to the next level. And all this stuff that I accumulated, I'm just breaking it down and spreading it out to the youth as well.
From a personal standpoint, I got to ask, your favorite moment, the moment that sticks out for you. I'm going to ask all you guys this question. Your top collegiate or the moment that sticks out to you in your careers to this point for you?
Man, honestly, man, my collegiate career was kind of magical, man. Going to
it really was.
Seeing Touchdown Jesus, seeing the campus, seeing a lot of different things. It was beautiful. So I had a lot of those moments, but I would say probably my first touchdown, man. You can't take that back. And just knowing that you got there and you hear the crowd roaring your name or Notre Dame, go Irish, and this and that. So it was just magical. It
seems to me just yesterday I was kicked up. I was actually recovering from a small surgery, watching you shred the Texas Longhorns defense. James, for you, if there was one thing you wanted everybody to know about A1, and you could only tell them one thing, what would it be? Oh, yeah, hold that up. Yep.
Sorry about that.
Yep.
I can almost guarantee that if your kid comes and trains with A1, you will see improvement and progress over time. Guaranteed. We take pride in progressing athletes off the knowledge that we know, off the knowledge that we gain going through collegiate, high school, and even professionally. And we're giving all that knowledge back. So I can almost guarantee that your kid you will see progression in your child. And yeah.
What about you? What's the moment that sticks out for you?
I gotta say, 2017, University of Pittsburgh versus University of Miami Hurricanes, number 2 in the country. They had a chance to go to the national championship. University of Pittsburgh took them down.
Yes, indeed.
That's what stands out. That's what stands out to me.
I'll remember it. Jamelle, for you, what do you foresee? Look 5 years down the road and tell me what you've seen A1 accomplish in 5 years.
In 5 years, building the program, building the dynasty, having several facilities, and continue to build our brand, becoming like our own rivals, and starting home Brevard County.
And for you, your career highlight?
I would say my first touchdown in college, we played University of North Greenville. I took a pick 6 by 80 yards, so that was my best memory in college. First touchdown.
Played at West Florida too, right?
Yes, sir.
Indeed, yeah. I tell you what, now that Florida Tech's gone, they got to be my school here because I used to cover Florida Tech.
The Argos.
Yeah, that's it, the Argos. Ty, for you personally, what's the future hold?
Future goal for A1 and for me is to help kids. I truly want to do that. I had so many people that touched me and helped me with my future and got me to where I wanted to be, and I'm grateful for all those people. So yeah, I want to help establish this. I want to help kids get to college. I want to help kids get to the professional level. That's what I want to do. I've had a lot of people help me, and I want to give back and I want to help. Truly.
Now I'm going to change your question up just a little bit.
Okay.
As I look at your bio, it says you've had the distinct pleasure of playing and coaching next to some of the greatest minds in football.
Yes, sir.
Give me one or two of them and tell me what you learned from them.
Yeah, for sure. So my freshman and sophomore year at Boston College, we were the #1 ranked defense in the country both those years under Don Brown. He was known to be one of the gurus in the college football game. He went to Michigan and got a big contract there, and then just went to Arizona. He's brilliant. He taught me a bunch of gap schemes, blitz concepts, and really took my film study to the next level. Another guy, when I coached at the University of Florida, was Coach SCHWAB Robinson. He was their linebacker coach at the University of Florida, and he taught me a lot more about the 3-4 defense scheme. I played in the 4-3 mainly at Boston College. More of the 3-4 scheme I learned at Boston College from Coach Pascaloni, who's an all-time great, Coach Adazio, Coach Day, who's the head coach of Ohio State. I've been around some great minds. I truly believe that, and I believe that's why it's brought my game to the next level and has been the factor in allowing me to give knowledge and spread that wealth. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you my favorite play.
Yeah,
or favorite
I want to hear it. Yeah, I want to hear it. Yeah. He's like, I've been thinking of this. Yeah, you're gonna hear it.
Oh yeah, my senior year was a primetime game Friday night versus Florida State. I was a Florida boy, and I mean, I didn't want to go to Florida State, but I felt some type of way they didn't offer me coming out of high school and stuff. So we played against them. It was the first time we beat them in a long time, and I think it's been the last time we beat them since then, 2017 fall. That game, I had a game-changing play. There was a slant by the tight end, Ryan Izzo. I jumped the slant and had an interception to change the game.
There you go. Nice job. That's it. Hey, I apologize.
I knew everybody back home was hyped. I knew even though they were mad we beat them, they were hyped.
That was good. I like it. Well, gentlemen, we're going to step aside. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to have the guys from Suntree Viera. We'll bring you guys back in about 10 minutes here. Thank you guys very much. You're watching the A1 Fitness Suntree Viera Youth Football Roundtable here at the beautiful new walk-ons in Viera. One. All right, there you see it on your screen. We are Suntree Viera. Absolutely proud to announce that Brevard Sports Network will be back as your exclusive broadcast network of Suntree Viera Youth Football this year, and we couldn't be more ecstatic about it. Well, here to tell us about what's coming up this season from left to right is Bobby KOONCE, President SHAWN Hartman, and Commissioner Ron Ramsey. And Bobby, we're going to start with you because you gave me a call last week and you said, I want to put together a round table and I want to get the guys from A1 Fitness involved because I really like what they're doing. And you take it over. You first of all, tell everybody who you coach. Tell us a little bit about yourself and then why you wanted to do this.
All right, so first of all, my name is Bobby KOONCE, as you said. This is my third year with Suntree Viera Youth Football League. I coach the 8U football team, tackle football team. I am the OPSEC director for the board of directors here with SCHWAB. This year, I volunteered to take over the youth summer camp, and it's an event that we hold every year. It's a fundraiser for our organization. It's an opportunity for the kids to kind of kick off the year and come out, learn a few new skills. A lot of kids that are transitioning from flag over to tackle. Some kids that have kind of been, sitting on the sideline for a few months, come out and knock some of the rust off, but most importantly, come out and have some fun, right? So they're going to come out, they're going to do some combine stuff, they're going to come out and learn some drills. This year we decided to come out and we wanted to bring in the A1 Fitness guys. I had the opportunity to go out and have my son enjoy two of their camps, one over at Merritt Island High School about 2 months ago, and another one up at New Smyrna High School about a month ago. Got an opportunity to meet the gentleman over there. They run a top-notch organization, and I felt that they brought a new energy and a new youthful kind of presence to what they were doing. They were a great. I guess you'd say, addition to what we have here in Brevard County, with some of the other guys in the area. So I asked them to come in and help us organize the camp, and they're going to come in and help us out on June 18th, and we're going to have that camp from 5:30 to 9:30. They're going to come in. I asked them to come out here and have this roundtable. So number one, they could come in and get some exposure. The three of us could get out here and introduce ourselves to any of the new families here in Viera. It's such a growing community. We're seeing tons of new registrations, and I'm sure these guys will talk to that point here in a little bit. But we're seeing numbers like we've never seen before. So we wanted to make sure that this year's event was had a higher structure to it. It had an upbeat energy to it. It brought in some guys that had some new ideas, and ultimately that's why I brought you out. We could discuss it and kind of just bring it to the next level.
I tell you what, Bob, you do a terrific job. I love the passion and the enthusiasm you have for both your team and the league. Talking about passion and enthusiasm and a guy that's never at a loss for words. It's a guy, I tell you what, on Saturdays, if you've ever come out to the field, you'll hear me go through periods where I just shut up because I enjoy listening to you, Shawn Hartman, more than I love broadcasting. In fact, I've stolen a lot of the things that you say over that microphone. But this is Shawn Hartman. He's the league president. Shawn, first of all, congratulations on the growth. And you and Ron and everybody has done a terrific job with watching Suntree Viera youth football grow. How did you guys get to this point? Talk a little bit about this.
Hey, I'll tell you, getting to a point is really the A1 guys have it on their shirt. The grind never stops, right? And I think that we are blessed beyond measure, not only to have the board and coaches in place that believe in our organization, believe in our athletes, and believe in the vision that we have at Suntree Viera Youth Football. And having those things in place, and then having a structure and a idea and what we want to do and how to get there is important, right? So in anything from a planning perspective, we basically said, hey, we're never going to get somewhere in a month or a year. We're going to get there over time. And part of that time is putting the pieces in place with people who, like Bobby, have great ideas, and they say, hey, man, we want to do this. Bobby, said something earlier about new, right? I always subscribe to if you do what you've always done, you get what you've always gotten. And
there's another way to say that. Go ahead.
So we have consistently tried to push the limits in what we do at Suntree Viera Youth Football. Everything from introducing Rydell Speed Flex with the Insight 1 year, improving our safety programs, making sure our football coaches are all USA Football Certified, Heads Up Football Certified. We've sent coaches away to conferences to learn how to be better. I get up in the booth and I announce the games. I thought that was important.
You police the fence.
Yeah, that too, and things like bringing you in to do the broadcast, the feedback on that has been incredible.
Thank you.
You've done 2 full seasons for us. We were glad to have you back for this season. And things like this, right? If you just show up and try to run a league from August 1st to November 15th, you only get August 1st to November 15th. We have 20 board members who sacrifice 365 days of their lives dedicated to Suntree Viera Youth Football, to include other activities within the community, but we rely on them always. Our group text, our group me is every day. It's firing off with ideas and plans and progress and checkpoints and things of that nature. So that's what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to grow the community, or football within the community at the same rate in which it's the community itself is growing, right? We know there's thousands of new houses being built in Viera. We know that just on the other side of the bridge in Rockledge, they're building new houses. We know that people are coming to Brevard County, and we want to give them a premium product and a premium experience, and that's the goal. From everything, you know.
We're going to talk about numbers coming up in a minute, but I wanted to talk to Ron. Ron, I mean, you've got some great ice cream shops. I mean, it's beautiful. What is it that you love? What about Commissioner probably arguably has the biggest headache in terms of, I mean, everything that you have to wrap your head and hands around. But you love what you do. I always see a smile on your face. It may, it depends the time of the day, but you do a terrific job, Ron. All of you do. Tell us about what you love most, about what it is that you do for Suntree Viera Youth Football.
Yeah, I enjoy giving back to the community. That's the big thing, even from my businesses to the league. And that's what I strive for. That's what we kind of instilled in the board. The board does that. The board members, by even volunteering their time, like Shawn said, 365 days a year, we're giving back to the community. I've instilled it in my kids from being a police officer, being involved in Boys and Girls Club on their board, business development board for the city of Rockledge. It's all giving back to the community, and what we can give back to the community is only going to build us stronger.
Oh, go ahead.
And that's what I enjoy doing. I enjoy seeing the kids out there having fun, and it's all about the kids. It's all about our youth.
I think you're best suited to answer this question. What separates Suntree Viera Youth Football? We have some outstanding youth football in this community. It is the seed with which all of our high schools blossom. What separates SVYFL from the rest?
Well, I want to say that all the leagues that we're involved in, they're all good leagues.
Yeah.
And they all have good volunteers. I can't even tell you a league out there that we are involved with that doesn't have good volunteers. I believe the way we separate is we're trying to go above and beyond with our uniforms. We offer 2 uniforms to each player that they get to take home at the end of the season. Our equipment is state-of-the-art equipment, like Shawn said, with the Rydell SpeedFlex and the insights that we have available for our helmets. We try to go above and beyond, in the equipment that we give, the instruction that we give to our youth, being a feeder program for the Viera High School, and that's kind of what we're the last year and growing. Working with Coach Derek Smith, making sure that our kids are ready to go into high school. With this year, with our 14U team taking the championship level as they've taken, a good part of those kids went into high school this year, and they're ready to play ball. And the coaching staff knows them. They know the plays, and that's what we're trying to do. Is we're trying to take the youth from the level where we're at, getting them ready to go into high school, and getting them ready to be good mentors to the community.
Shawn, 2 years ago, you and I stood on the field and we talked. And you said, Alan, you said, man, it would be nice if we could reach a point in time where we would have more players than we needed for an age division so that we could perhaps expand and grow. That's happened, Shawn. Tell us a little bit about it. Careful what you ask for,
what
right?
you wish for,
right? So tell us about how you've grown.
So 2 years ago, I saw the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, we need to start thinking about it. And then last year we thought about it a little bit more because it was almost a reality in our 12U division. We had 44 registrations in one division, and we were like, oh man, what are we going to do? And we were able to, help the kids that needed to develop a little bit more, recommending flag or self-elimination or whatever the case may be. But our 12U, we saw it about to happen. After this season, winning 4 East Coast Conference championships in 8U, 10U, 12U, and 14U, I knew it was going to happen where we had more than one team that had at least enough for 2 teams in that division. When we opened registration and in 6 hours we reached capacity on 1 team in 12U and we were at 30 on 10U, I said, hey guys, we got to have an emergency meeting. And we did.
Yeah.
And we said, what are we going to do now? We're on day 1 and we already have 2 full teams. We know it's going to get better. We hit 70 registrations in 12U and had to make 2 full teams of 35 for our 12U and cut it off, obviously, because if we went bigger than
Right.
that, we couldn't manage. We were fortunate enough to have coaches who were willing to step up, and we have 2 coaches in 12U, and we got 64 in 10U, so we're almost at max capacity there. We had to cut that off. And,
Wow.
And we're going to have 2 coaches in 10U, and we said, okay, cool, let's do this in baby steps. Let's have 2 teams in 10 and 12U, and then next year we're anticipating 8U and 14U will likely have significant numbers of registration. So, we just took it in stride, and Ron and I talked, right? And it's easy to say, not 35, we cut it off, right? It's easy.
Right.
We've never been ones to do things
To do
the
easy,
way,
right.
So we said, why are we going to deprive maybe 50, 60 additional athletes from participating in the sport we love instead of trying to figure out the how, right? Don't give me why we can't. Give me why we can.
Right.
And I think we did that, and we convinced the East Coast Conference to let us do it, and we're doing it.
Yeah, that's great. I tell you, congratulations, because when you said that 2 years ago, I thought, I could foresee that something 3-4 years down the line. But, man, you really did see the writing, because you said 2 years from now. It's exactly what you said. Bobby, talk to us about what I want to talk a little bit more about this camp that with A1, because this is going to be a special day. A1 runs a very high energy camp. If your child attended the FSU camp that was in town, it's similar to that, but I think even a bit more high energy than that. Talk about that day, that camp, and how people can register and be there that day.
Okay. So the FSU camp that Coach Ravel had a couple weeks ago was, frankly, a home run, right? I mean, it was awesome. They came in. It was like a tornado. They rolled in with a whole caravan and had almost 500 kids out there.
That's a good way to describe it. It's like a tornado, right?
2 full fields.
Right.
The entire staff from FSU seemed like, and maybe a bunch of other guys from the Panhandle came down. So they came in, and those kids were electric. They came down. They knocked out a bunch of drills. Kids got an opportunity to hit the bags. It was something that a lot of those kids had never had the opportunity to do, right? We've done a much smaller scale version of that the last handful of years.
Right.
Shawn mentioned something earlier that I think was really important, where he said, you mentioned earlier where you said we are always going to continue to grow and to get not do what we've always done,
If
but
you do what you've always
right?
done, you get what
you get what you always
got.
get, right? Now, I think it's important to also take a second and look back at what we've done to realize that's the reason we're able to move forward from here, right?
Right.
The guys of the past, Chad Weiss and all of the board members in the past that have come in and have helped us run and establish what we have now to build on top of that and come out and create this new energy, this new high intensity and everything else, bring guys like A1 in. That's something to look back on and say, thank you, first of all, and now we're going to run and we're going to go even harder from here, right? A1 is something that I believe is awesome. The first camp I went to see those guys in Merritt Island, I showed up. We walked in the first gate. They had their backdrop there. The kids were getting their photos done like you'd see it like ESPN or the FBU camps, the bigger camps, right? And then they're all get moved over to the next station. It's super organized. There's not a bunch of chaos. They're in, they're out. They've got the stuff going on. Now they go hit the field. There's no lag. They go straight into the field. They're warming up as an entire unit. You've got the young guys. You've got the high school kids. I got to brag on my little guy. When they said, hey, we need leaders to go out there and go warm up, he went and stole a spot from a high school kid and said, I'm going to lead this line, right? They didn't stop him. They went out and said, all right, little man, you're going to go lead this line. What I love about that is they're encouraging kids from bottom to top to go out there and show what they're made of, right? So that's something that I think A1 does differently than everybody else, is that they go out they're pushing the envelope of what's unique, what's the structure of it. They're keeping guys safe. They're keeping guys engaged. But what's most important about it is they're keeping the intensity and the energy up the whole time through. They had their DJ on the sideline. They had music going. They had the food out there. They had the cameras on the field. They brought in Josh from Big Hits Live.
Love Josh.
Gotta love Josh, right? Like he does great work. And it was just a unique show for what I've seen in Brevard. So, when I saw what they had to offer, I came back to the board meeting and I told these guys, I'm like, hey, if you guys haven't seen what A1's doing, you got to come out. And if you can't come out, just trust me, we got to go do this, right? So the board said, Bobby, if you're going to run with it, what's your motto? If you've got an idea,
you better have a plan.
Right? You got to have a plan, and I did. And
so I love it.
That's where we're here, right? I said, all right, if you're going to let me have this, we're going big. We're going to go. We're going to bring these guys in. We're going to coordinate. We're going to bring in Alan. We're going to go out here and we're going to have a roundtable discussion at walk-ons. Show our faces in the community. Come out here to the, show the new, dining establishments. Get these guys out here so they, we can show their faces to the community. We're trying to step out because Viera's growing, A1's growing, SBYFL's growing, and we're going to make sure that we're all going to do it together. So,
Ron, where do you envision? And look, I'll ask you the same question that I asked A1. 5 years from now, where do you see SBYFL?
Growing.
Yeah.
We're definitely into growth, and Sean and I have had many conversations about where we're going, and I believe we're going to see multiple teams. And when I say multiple, I don't believe we're going to stop at 2.
Right.
We're only growing, and we're trying to structure our board and structure our unit now to be able to do that growth, because in the conversations that we've had with the board, with Sean, we don't want to cut off registration and say, okay, these other 50, 60, 70 kids, you need to go find something to do for for football. We want to be able to give it to them, and that's what we're all about. Is we want them to be able to play. A quick story: we have a new board member that's on. Her kid has been waiting 3 years to come play for SBYFL. Been on the wait list for 3 years, and finally made it on last year due to the COVID, with numbers going down on some of the teams, and he made it on as a thing. But she'll come in and testify to the board about that, saying that they've waited 3 years. They've lived in Viera for 3 years, and he's had to go and play in an outside organization for the last 3 years.
Wow.
Because he couldn't make it on. So that's what we want to try to eliminate. We want to be able to have the kids that are able to play in our district, in our zone, that are going to play for Viera High School, to be able to come play for us. And that's what we want to do. So we want to grow with the community, and if we have 3 or 4 teams, so be it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do that to support the community.
I think that's a terrific plan. And Sean and you guys, feel free to chime in. We're done with the individual portion of this. I always, when we come and do the updates, this is that portion of it. I want you guys to let the community know about anything we haven't talked about that they need to know about as it comes to SBYFL. So the floor is yours, gentlemen, to take over and talk to the community about what it is you have coming up, dates, all of that.
Cool. I guess I'll go with the rundown. So first thing is www.svyfl.com is our website. We have a link for registration for the camp that is mostly going out on social media and via email. If you email info@svyfl.com, we can send you a private link. We are currently at about 110 registrants for the camp. We're hoping to get that up a little bit more. Everybody's going to get a super cool custom shirt. Shameless plug, Bell's Boutique got this hooked up for us and designed and printed. Big thanks to A1. We have Stacy Zeller providing realty, providing drinks, and Papa John's Pizza providing food, as well as Walk-Ons being an awesome supporter of this camp. So we have some other vendors that are going to help us out with some little things, but the camp's really our next thing. 18 June, 6 5:30 to 9:30. Bobby's got some really cool stuff planned. We're also going to do our jersey reveal that night.
Awesome.
So we got 2 really awesome jerseys. We're going gold and black this year.
Uh-oh. Here we go. You got it? Or no, these aren't
those
it?
are past jerseys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're going to go gold and black this year and maybe a special one, so stay tuned for that. Soon after that, we're going to continue with our open to anybody summer conditioning programs. Coaches will send out information about that. Starting 1 August will be tackle. Mandatory practices. Everybody who's registered for a tackle team will have to be there for the first 20 hours. It goes, really hard practice for the first 20 hours, getting those conditioning in, and then we get into our season. I'll let Ron talk about our schedule this year. We got some really cool things planned with some out-of-conference practice. But then we also have flag football. Registration's open right now at SVYFL.com for flag football in all age divisions. So if you missed tackle football registration and you really want to get involved, make sure that you get on SVYFL.com and register for flag immediately. We're going to be closing that here pretty soon, probably in the next 30 days or so we can form teams and order uniforms. We run an NFL flag program. So those are really our biggest things upcoming. And we're going to make sure that all the kids have the appropriate amount of gear this year for the amount of kids that we have registered. So we're going to start issuing equipment early and making sure that we have a good count. So those are really our next couple big things for sure.
I can always, when I say, Sean, what do we got coming up? I love the fact that you never miss anything. How about that schedule, Ron?
Yeah, Sean, also, I wanted to add in there for our cheer program. So if you have a cheerleader at home or a young adult, young child that wants to cheer, you can go on at SBYFL.com and register for a cheer. They have just as much fun as our football players do.
Let me interrupt you.
It's really good to see them.
Let me interrupt you for just a second about cheer, because cheer is becoming so important. And the reason why is because the Brevard County School Board recently
saw that.
Put up in the year of 2022-2023, competitive cheer is going to be a Florida High School Athletic Association official sport here in Brevard County. So just like when you go play high school football, where do you learn? At youth football, where are you going to learn to competitively cheer? At SVYFL Cheer.
Yeah. Right. So the cheer program is really well. They do a lot of competitions. Our cheer coordinator runs a fantastic program. So it's good. It's a good program to get into. Again, a feeder program for high school cheer.
Yeah.
So, if you have a cheerleader out there, make sure you get on our website and get them registered in also. But our upcoming schedule this year is going to be great. We're going to play a couple out-of-conference games. We've seen it this year in our championship games where we've seen some out-of-conference teams. So we thought it would be a lot better for our kids to get accustomed to them and play some out-of-conference. So we're going to do that. So we're going to have a really good season this year. I do like to say to the parents out there, if you have any questions throughout the year, do not hesitate to reach out to that info.svyfl.com and either Sean or I will return your message. And we usually take about 24 hours to get to those emails, but we get to them and sort them out. But it's going to be a fantastic year, so make sure get on there and give us a shout and get your kids registered.
Final thought before we bring the guys from A1 back and with all of you. Bobby, you get one sentence to tell everybody one thing about SVYFL. What is it?
SVYFL is going to put the absolute best product that they possibly can on the field every week. That's the bottom line.
Sean, the same question to you, but about the future.
Suntree Viera has no limit. We are inclusive, we are excited, and we have the people and the processes and the products in place to deliver anything you could possibly want out of a youth football organization, and we hope to be the staple for that, not only in Brevard County but the state of Florida.
Final word to you, Ron.
Let's do it big this year. That's all I got to say. We're growing. We're going to do it. I'm not wearing this shirt for nothing. We took the championship this year, and we're looking forward to taking it this coming year.
All right, Ron Ramsey, Shawn Hartman, Bobby KOONCE. We'll be back here in about a minute and a half to 2 minutes and wrap it all up with the guys from A1 and SVYFL.com. Again, the information on the bottom of the screen is pretty simple, SVYFL.com. And there it is. I believe Caleb put it in the comments section as well. And again, we'd like to thank Jim here at Walk-Ons. And we'll be back in about 2 minutes, and everybody will be sitting here. We'll make it work right here on the Brevard Sports Network. Well, there's everybody right back around the table again, and this has been an absolute blast here. And James, you have the microphone, so you get the first question. The partnership with what you guys are doing with SVYFL. Talk a little bit about that camp and what you're going to bring to the table that day.
So we're looking to bring a combine to the camp, a combine-specific camp that will include a 40-yard laser, vertical jump, broad jump, and a short shuttle. And just to get the kids really what goes on at the professional level where people go to an NFL combine and what they do get results in order to go to the next level, which is the NFL draft and so on. So yeah, we're just trying to, young kids don't really get the opportunity to experience those type of drills, especially a 40-yard laser. So we're just trying to pretty much, give back and give them a good round of what goes on in the NFL.
I'm going to be there that day. The last time I ran a 40, I ran a 5.67. Think y'all can help me? Yeah. No, there ain't no help for me. So Ty, let me ask you, what is it, again, just for those that are just tuning in, A1, just recap a little bit about A1.
Yeah, A1 is a camp and combine, speed and agility platform for athletes to get exposure. We really are a jack of all trades. We do a bunch of stuff. We spread the wealth between each other to get things done. We hold each other accountable, and we're looking to give kids an opportunity and a platform to go and experience these top-level opportunities that that a lot of young kids don't get. And Suntree Viera Little League's giving their kids a great opportunity to get in front of some elite guys who are going to give them coaching points and give them the lay of the land as far as how combines really go.
Yeah. Jamelle, I keep hearing kids. What's the biggest okay, let's say I've got a 12-year-old son at home. and he's serious about wanting to get a D1 scholarship. What's the biggest piece of advice you would give him about how to move forward in doing that?
I said definitely starts with his mentality and hard work and be consistent, discipline. Those three things can get you anywhere you want to go. So hard work, discipline, and consistency. I would say that.
Tari, let me ask you this. You went to Notre Dame. How important are grades?
Grades, man. I knew it was coming. Grades are very important, man. You can't do one without the other. You have to get the grades right, and you have to show that you're accountable in the classroom as well as on the field. So grades are number one priority when you're talking about going D1 into the next level to play on the high level.
And you guys all participate in these drills with the kids and show them how it's done. And I tell you, I think it's great because, as you all know, NFL combines are all about being able to specialize a skill to show off a talent.
Yes, sir.
And D1 coaches, once you get past the grades, they're looking for those special talents, aren't they, Tarian?
Yes, sir. They're gonna push you, but the coaches can see, things that the players may not be able to see. So they're gonna push you in ways that you feel like it may not be helping you, but it is. Everything that the coach is gonna be telling you is gonna be helping you. And you can also put yourself in things that you may be lacking. You could go home and work on that on your own and things like that. It's
A1fitness.today. The telephone number has been up on the screen as well. A1fitness.today. I tell you, it's a beautiful, I don't know who did you guys' website, but it's absolutely beautiful. I'm thinking website and Lee.
Sure, yeah.
Shawn, what does it mean to have 4 guys tied up with professional football doing a camp?
Hey, I'll tell you, when Bobby brought this idea to the board, and really this is my first time meeting these guys, and I told him, I said right off the bat, thank you. This is a heavy lift, right? It's never going to be easy to essentially volunteer 4 hours of manpower across, big guys in the name of football to help the kids, right? And we've mentioned it multiple times. It really comes down to community and the kids. And if you teach them early that the grind don't stop, right? Then they can apply that to the future, and they can apply it to their grades. They can apply it to, football at the high school level, Division I level. And it just means so much to me that these guys with this skill set are willing to come out and really supplement what we think we're good at, right, as youth football coaches, and bring that next level understanding in teaching and instruction. So it's huge. I really appreciate it.
Bobby KOONCE is going to get the last word because it's Bobby that set all this up. So, Bobby, you'll get the last word in a minute. But before we do that, this is a round table, so let's go around the table. Is there anything we haven't talked about that the community needs to know about A1? Is there anything we need to make sure that the community knows about the outstanding thing that the 4 of you guys are doing? Go ahead.
I'm going to just start it off and let my boy Top, piggyback. I just want to say, A1, we're out in the community every day of the week trying to help the athletes out. We have speed and agility sessions going on throughout the week in different locations, and it says all the information you need to know on the website. But we just want to, let the parents and the kids know, come on out. We're definitely willing to help. We want to help. And we just want to get you guys better, get you guys prepared for camps that you may be going to, or the season, this upcoming season, or whatever it may be, just to get back in shape. Whatever it may be, we're definitely here to help. I just wanted to say that.
Hey, man, I got a question for y'all before I get it. What was it like in your household growing up, man? What was that like, man? Go ahead, somebody.
I just want to say, man, it was. To me, it was great. It was what I needed. I mean, my dad, he was definitely on us, and it helped us out. It helped carve me into the man that I am today. I mean, my dad taught me a lot of life lessons at a young age. So, growing up with that knowledge, it just made me, look at things a lot differently. So I think, getting the knowledge from him early on, whether it was hard knowledge or, the knowledge that everybody loves to get, the soft and easy knowledge. it was all good to me.
Go ahead, go ahead. Yeah.
I say learning from my father. We learned a lot of skills, a lot of life skills, and we were able to take that on with us to college and so on, and got us ready for the real world. So I would say, man, I appreciate him. We love him to death, and we thank him a lot, because I wouldn't be in the position I'm in today without him. Honestly, none of us.
Your dad has taught me life lessons by just looking at him.
hey, this ain't, don't mess with him.
No, I look at your dad right there and go, that's a life lesson. Jamelle, is there a final something you want to let everybody know?
Yes, all sports are welcome, all ages, 6 through 18. But we'll take them younger than that. Honestly, grind don't stop, and we're here. We can't wait to see you guys out.
Ty, wrap it up for A1.
Yeah. To piggyback off what everybody said, we're a family, and we're a diverse group, and we bring a lot to the table. I know family is important to all of us, and you ask the kids that train with us, and they say A1's like a family. They will say that to you. They've mentioned it to us and meant nothing to us at the time, but it's true. And we see each other every day, and we care about each other, and we enjoy what we do. And I want to reiterate, we go out into the community, and we hold these sessions. And if you are somebody that really wants to up their game and any level of athletics, any age you're at or any sport you're in, we bring the energy and we make it fun and enjoyable, and you will truly learn from us. And you, to piggyback off what Jay said, you will see changes in your child's game and in your personal game.
I promise.
Immediately. That's a fact.
Love it.
And that's A1.
I love it. Bobby, final word for you for everything that you've put. First of all, let me say thank you, Bobby, for an outstanding job tonight. Final word to you, Bobby Coons.
Well, first of all, I got to thank Ron and Sean and the rest of the board at SCHWAB for trusting me to do this, and Alan and Caleb for doing this. Jim Pettis here at Walk-Ons, this is an awesome opportunity for us all. At the end of the day, we're all here for one reason. It's to help the kids. A1 would not have come out to do this. You asked about TAREAN and James's dad, right? I had the unique pleasure of standing on the field with him back in December with Mel Mitchell whenever we were out there and we were putting together 3-2-1 Savages, right? And just being next to that man and those men and hearing their experiences, I knew whenever I got the opportunity to meet these guys that the kids at SCHWAB needed more opportunities to be in those circles, right? To learn from that generation, learn from this generation, and to become the next generation of athletes, right? And in order to do that, what they have to do is they have to learn from the best in the area, right? And we're blessed here in Brevard County to have that. So thank you very much, gentlemen, for being part of this opportunity. It's absolutely been a pleasure, developing this event with you. I hope this isn't our last interactions together. Hopefully, after this event, because Lord knows, being a diehard Notre Dame guy, I already told you I'm gonna be calling you. So yeah, we're forever. So guys, it's just been an absolute pleasure. I can't wait. Hopefully that 110 turns into 250. If you have an athlete, please sign them up or her up. Bring them out. It's going to be fun. I promise you we're going to have a good time. And let's go. Let's absolutely go.
All right, Bobby, I think that's a great way to wrap it up. And I want to also thank, again, Jim Pettis here at Walk-Ons. And there you see on your screen. Come on down. Again, I can't say enough about the great food, the great drink, the great environment here. And you may just even run into great guys like this. So on behalf of the Brevard Sports Network, I want to thank Bobby KOONCE, Ty SCHWAB, Jamelle Jackson, SHAWN Hartman, Ron RAMSEY, James FOLSTON Jr., TAREAN FOLSTON, Caleb Brown, and I am Alan ZLOTORZYNSKI, and this has been a presentation of the Brevard Sports Network. Have a great night, everybody, and we will see you on the gridiron somewhere soon.
Thank you.